Hi everybody, this is Marcy, your career coach and resume expert. I'd like to talk with you today about keywords. I'm sure you've heard of them if you are in the midst of doing a job search or have been on YouTube at all or heard anything about hiring and job interviews. So keywords are very important now because of the applicant tracking systems that companies use. They use these systems and as a way to scan and sort resumes to find out if you're qualified for the positions that they are posting. So the ATS software looks for specific keywords to determine whether your resume is a good match for the job. If your resume doesn't include those keywords, it may be filtered out, it may not be plucked out of the system, and maybe the hiring manager won't even see it. So what are keywords? Keywords are terms and concepts that match with the positions that you're pursuing. Things like job titles, software, skills, certifications, industry terms, phrases like project management if you're applying for that type of job, or QuickBooks if you're applying for an accounting or financial position, B2B sales if you're applying for business development or sales, and patient care if you're a nurse or in the clinical field. And using these keywords can help you rank higher in the ATS platform. They can show the recruiter that you meet the qualifications, and they can increase your chances of getting interviews. So to find the right keywords, it's really good to read the job posting word for word and get a good understanding of what it is that they're looking for. Look for repeated words and phrases. If they repeat words, that means they're probably very, very important to the position. And try to incorporate those keywords into your resume. Now, if you're having a professional resume writer do it, that's knowledgeable about what's going on in the current business job market, they're going to already know all of this, and they're going to know how to do it. But if you're doing your own, make sure you read the job posting and then put the keywords on your resume that match with what they are looking for. Not verbatim, but just get the concept on there, show what you're able to do. If you can show things like times where you've used those skills in the past and it has resulted in something great for your department or for the company, that would be really important to put on there, and would definitely give you a leg up over other people applying for that position. Be as clear and concise as possible and specific. So for example, instead of saying handled customer data, say managed customer relationships using Salesforce CRM. Maybe they have that Salesforce as one of the technology or software requirements for that position. And you don't want to stuff keywords in there and just grab all kinds of soft skills that aren't even relevant to the job. You want to have everything on the resume relevant to the job that you're applying for. And obviously only include what's true and relevant to your experience and relevant to the jobs you're pursuing. Unfortunately now, resumes have to be tailored for each position. Now, I've been doing resumes since the 90s, and in the past we haven't had to do that. You would have one resume, it was versatile, you could use it for any job that you're applying for, but now it is so important to have a customized resume towards a specific position. Let's say you're applying for a nursing position. You will obviously want to have a resume that shows your clinical expertise and your compassion and knowledge in the field. Now that resume, if it's ATS optimized in the beginning, that can be used throughout a lot of different nursing positions and any clinical positions. But for the most part, you wouldn't use, if you were in the food and beverage industry, say, and then you did nursing a long, long time ago, that wouldn't be as effective for that type of position. You'd have to then take the food and beverage portion off and fill the whole resume with the clinical things that you did and anything related to nursing. So Keywords are very important. That's what's going to give you a greater chance of being plucked out of the interview, of the ATS platform, and give you a chance to get an interview. So make sure you keep all that in mind. There's samples of resumes on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be talking more about ATS optimized resumes and give you some more tips. So look for future postings that I do, and I really appreciate you